This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Tony from Hard4Games.
And
so dark.
I don't know, Will, but you're not the important person here. Mr. Hard4Games is.
Mhm.
And no, sorry, Will. But before we get into what is the episode, Will?
It is a Manic Monday.
And you're getting weaker and weaker with this intro segment.
I know. I don't like creeping people out. It was funny the first time, and I've lost interest after like 400 episodes. So
Well, you certainly sound manic. It is Manic Monday.
Yes. And so the real question is, what's the elevator speech for your channel, Tony?
We do preservation, gaming archaeology, and cover Zelda-related mods. So if you are interested in the weird, the obscure, the things that never came out or possibly could have been, we are a good place for that.
And on top of that, you should definitely check out his Spider-Man 4 video. It's clearly one of the most popular videos on his channel, and it's a really good one. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun to do that one. It's very strange, but apparently that game existed but was never released.
Exactly. And you can find more stuff like that on his channel. So what are we covering today for Manic Monday? We're covering a device that is essentially a portable PC gaming wise.
Can't understand this.
There's an Apple rumor we're going to be discussing, and then our main topic, the kernel's releasing a console.
Yeah.
So the first thing, GPD Win 3. Have you guys heard of this thing before I mentioned it to you?
Not before you mentioned it, no.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Somebody actually has some video footage of it from a month ago. So this thing is supposed to be a portable PC with like actual controls and stuff. Oh, this person doesn't have it either. They're showing a video of a video, which is what I'm doing. And look, it's The Witcher. So this thing is like the third evolution of the GPD Win, and I've seen people cover it. I think Metal Jesus has covered at least one of these before, which is how I originally got into it. But they've really revolutionized mobile PC gaming to the point where it might actually be as good as the Switch at some point in regards to quality and not resolution, but performance.
This sounds so weird. Mobile PC gaming.
Yeah. Well,
it's like what Windows 10 mobile is trying to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to come off as overly negative. I had something to say, but maybe if someone has something positive to say first, it'll buffer it.
Well, I mean,
I was gonna be negative too. So.
There's something interesting here, though. Like, think about it. If Windows can scale to a mobile PC and play games from a Steam library, you have a legitimate PC Switch competitor. But I guarantee you, it costs 5 times as much.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly part of the problem. I think that the thing is that people have tried to do this before. And there's always been like this idea of like, what if you could do MMORPGs or online gaming or PC type gaming on the go? But you forget, yeah. So for example, this is the Panasonic Jungle that you're pulling up, and the Panasonic had the same idea that this is kind of like it's a 720p screen, pretty powerful for its time. 2011, it was supposed to be slated to come out, never did. It was going to be online gaming this and PC gaming that and MMORPGs and what have you. Mm-hmm. But it never came out. And the reason that they gave was changes in the market. And they never explained what that meant. So what I took that as meaning was they realized that PC gamers like playing on their PC.
Exactly.
And these games, one of the big draws of PC gaming is that you spend time to either buy or build your own rig. You have your own space. You have like your own man cave. It's like a whole ritual of PC gaming, and it's like PC gaming. People that are really into it, it's like a religion. Like it's some people wouldn't be caught dead with the Switch or a console or something like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you see it now with all the cyberpunk stuff. Where it's like, oh, Cyberpunk runs fine on my PC. It doesn't run fine on your PS5. Oh, you know. So portabilizing the PC has always traditionally failed because the market, it's almost less about the games and more about how you play the games and the experience of having the best possible experience with that particular game, turning up the frame rate to 500 frames per second and having it be 8K because you have the craziest, latest, greatest monitor. And so scaling them down, I feel like those PC gamers that are interested in the games awesome. This works perfectly fine. But I feel like that isn't the majority of PC gamers, right? Or am I wrong?
I guess maybe I might
agree
be in
with
that
you,
small
so-
minority of people that want to play PC games on the go, but I have Steam Link
Yeah.
and the Rotor Riot controller, which, by the way, is a work of art, is an amazing way to play games using Steam Link or Xbox or xCloud or any of those streaming platforms.
Yeah. And sorry, I just went on like a large diatribe, but like
Yeah.
I feel like
You're
there-
totally on though, because
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that I agree would exactly feel that way.
yeah, I mean it's like some people are obviously with COVID, a lot of them are closed, especially in our state, but some people are movie theater people. They want to see the latest greatest in the movie theater. Other
Mhm.
people are like, no, I'm fine seeing the new Star Wars flick at home for the first time.
Yeah.
But other people need that blow you away.
IMAX.
Yeah, the IMAX experience, and I feel like those are PC people. Not necessarily that PC people need to see movies in theaters, but because they can just watch it on the
I
PC.
get the analogy for sure. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
You gotta be on that
yeah.
hardware
I
that
like the
blows you away.
experience too. So
I understand. So anything else you want to say about GPU Win3?
it's like xCloud. I mean, I can play all of my Xbox games on my phone, which is freaking amazing technology, and I've done it exactly 0 times. It's like, I think I booted up once just to prove that I could do it, and then I've never done it again. It's like if I'm gonna play Xbox games, I'm gonna play it on my Xbox. So
Clearly,
know.
this man who's talking does not have children, because portable gaming is one of the only ways I get the game nowadays.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that the thing is that like that is like a niche within a niche though, so you can't like support a console on it. But if I play games, it's got to be the Switch, or it's got to be one of my old Game Boys or something like that. It's got to be portable, because the time it takes me to pull out some other system and set it up, that might be my time.
Yes.
You know what I
have
mean?
found that to be the case for me
Like,
lately.
that might be the time that I have. It might be those 5 minutes, and I've wasted them looking for a cable. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's got to be the Switch. Boom, you play it. I remember rocking my daughter when she couldn't sleep when she was like 3 months old. In her little bouncy seat, she needed to be bounced. I'd bounce her with my foot gently, and she'd slowly nod off over the course of 3 hours between 1 and 3 a.m. And I played the Switch. Like, it's like, what am I going to do? Stare into her eyes the entire time?
Yes.
But most people, that's a phase of their life. And that doesn't, like it would, something like that would have been great for me, PC games on the go, but it just isn't most people. The situation is more unique.
I'm definitely in that situation now with a 2-month-old.
Oh yeah. God have mercy on your soul, man. Like, Lord, it's hard. It's so hard.
All right, let's get on to this next one. So this Apple rumor, this thing happens every single year, I feel like.
Yes,
So we've had this rumor last year, and probably if the podcast was older, we'd have had it the year before that too. But Apple is rumored to be releasing a more gaming-focused Apple TV in 2021 with a brand new, up-to-date remote to co-launch with it to essentially make gaming more accessible for Apple TV owners. I think it makes sense. It's the natural evolution of the Apple TV and the remote.
Yeah,
I don't care though, but yeah, it is interesting. We'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna be a niche, like I feel Apple gaming is. I don't think it's not blowing away the industry at all.
Yeah.
The Apple TV is a great streaming device though, for like xCloud.
I'm not saying it's not. It's just I don't know.
And it can use the Xbox One controller. So, I don't know.
I think if they can bring additional functionality to their install base, great. If they bring on some more people because they can do some additional like gaming type stuff and it's a little more powerful, got a little more oomph for better compatibility or whatever. Awesome. But when I read this, I was just kind of like, okay, cool, good for them. Like it wasn't something that was like, because I was like, I looked up like what games can you even play on an Apple TV, and there's a relatively short list of like notable titles. So I was just kind of like, all right, that's good.
Oceanhorn 2 is one.
What is?
Oceanhorn 2, one of the best Zelda clones ever made.
Yeah, it's on other systems now though.
It's coming to the Switch finally. Oceanhorn 1 was one of my favorite games on the Vita, and now this is coming to the Switch, but it was launched and was funded a lot by Apple.
Hmm.
It's like Breath of the Wild meets like almost like a Wind Waker.
I feel like there've been a lot of good Zelda clones lately. There's like Genshin Impact, and then like that other one that was like, what was it called? Oh, jeez, it's on the tip of my tongue here.
The original Oceanhorn launched on iOS in like 2011 or 2012, so it was like one of the earliest, best ones. Oh, this is not the video I was thinking it was.
Phoenix Rising apparently is also like a relatively well-reviewed Breath of the Wild. I've never played them, so I don't know if they're really any good, but apparently people are latching onto the formula and doing a decent job.
That was the first one. This one's really good, but they both were originally Apple exclusives. So this one started on Apple devices, and then it got ported to everything known to man, including the Vita, Xbox One, PS4, just not the Wii U, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think Apple getting more into gaming makes sense. It's good because it brings more players to the table, and the fact that I can stream most like actual gaming services like xCloud, PS4. I think PS4 live streaming was coming to it, and then they canceled it because they're going to do it with the PS5 instead. But also Steam Link works really well with the Apple TV, especially since mine's hardwired. And so if I don't feel like going down and playing on my PC, I want to just play in my living room. It's perfect.
Yeah, there's a convenience factor.
Talking about convenience factors, though, the most important thing ever.
Nice transition. I like it.
Is actually a thing. Like who would have thought this was a real thing?
You have been like spamming me with all the messages on this thing for months now, and I still just can't believe that this is a thing. Like, why? Like, I want it, but like, why is that a thing?
Yeah, like there's so many. I have so many feelings about this. I mean, obviously, the big one that everyone's talking about. I mean, it's beautiful marketing, and KFC always does beautiful marketing. It's glorious because we're talking about it. Obviously, it's good marketing because we're talking about it. Everyone's talking about it, so they're doing a great job of getting the KFC name out there, right? Especially at a time when restaurants aren't doing as well. Although, you know, being a fast food, people can just kind of do, you know, drive through and such. But yeah, like it's wild. You know, there's the chicken warmer that uses the heat from the processor.
Yep.
That somehow heats that, but keeps the processor cool enough, like the main components. And then if you notice the pull-out tray, it's like looks like slotted. So there's probably grease falling down into a grease trap.
Right.
But it's like, what's preventing the grease from getting on the, you know what I mean? Like
it's
on the components.
Lubricating the fans.
Yeah, so it's like two things you would never want to combine. You know, like electronics and like greasy food. You know, like even like if you like when you game, you don't want to have greasy food on your hand. You like wash up before you touch your controller so you don't get like skin cheese stuck in the buttons. You know what I mean? Like it's just nasty. But at the same time, it's genius because what the hell?
And
I also like that there's
slottable memory and stuff. It's just
it's super like innovative at the same time. Like they have a hot swappable GPU, which is like that's actually awesome. Like a lot of it sounds good, but it's just I mean it's gonna be better than the Atari VCS.
Yep,
that's for damn sure.
Oh, somebody I watched was like actually pricing out all the pieces of this thing, and he was like, "This is like a $3,000 PC, if not more."
They're probably gonna make like 10 of them.
I mean, I don't know.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was like a giveaway or something like that.
High-end YouTube content creator giveaway type thing. Like a MKBHD gives this away kind of a thing.
Yeah, because like, how could you possibly make a profit on it with all of these components? Right?
I don't know. It could be a promo item. They could make 1,000 of them, you know, like get in line to buy one, and then all the scalpers wind up with them and don't ever sell them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Or maybe KFC becomes the most popular PC maker in 2021.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. Like it's the thing is like it answers so many questions, but it also answers nothing.
Well, they also need to have like a cooler part where it cools your Mountain Dew, and it'll be amazing.
there you go.
No, that's the Bud Light console. Will, haven't you seen that thing?
Yeah, you had it a question mark, so I didn't even look it up. Wasn't sure if that was like a suggestion.
That's the only reason I know this thing's a thing. But this is the Bud Light console. It's like a real thing.
I saw that.
It's got a projector built into it.
Did it go into production or no?
I think they made one, and it was like a charity thing.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So did they build it up and market it like this, where like they weren't really saying how many were going to be released, and then they just made one?
No, I have no idea.
Oh.
To be honest with you, I only know about it because of Gamester 81. I think he said it went for like $5,000.
That's wild.
I know, right? Like Bud Light, all these food companies. Let's make a. I'm waiting for the Doritos like triangle shaped console to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's got like a Dorito bag slot on it or something. I don't know.
It's wild stuff, man. Like it's I kind of want it, honestly. I don't know what it can play. I'm guessing probably just Steam games or something. I can't imagine there's anything proprietary for it.
What software do you think it runs? Linux, Windows, Android, Steam? The weird Steam box thing they had. I mean, I can't imagine Steam boxes.
Well, yeah, they have to have games with the kernel, like Burger King made the King Sneak and stuff.
But you know they have KFC games. Billy covered that one, like the kernel dating sim.
Oh
thing.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
So like they are a legit gaming company. KFC has a legit gaming influence. I just don't know how big it is.
Yeah, it's I do remember that now. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a total toss-up as to like what kind of operating system it'll have.
Mm-hmm.
It's
because they don't have a Microsoft partnership. So clearly, if they ship it with Windows, they're buying the licenses separate from this.
Yeah.
So that's why I just don't know if it's going to run Windows or if it's going to be some custom Linux build with Steam on it or what.
Maybe they'll have their own, some Linux build with Steam, and then you can also access the KFC version of Steam, which has 2 games. like it's such. There's so many questions regarding this thing. And that's why it's so fascinating, and it's such good marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And like their trailer that they produced was so over the top and ridiculous. But it just totally plays into what this thing is. It's like momentous achievements in human history, like never stop pushing forward. Here's an obelisk, here's space, here's all these, stock photos we bought and stock video we bought from iStockPhoto.com, and you're gonna love this, and gears and movement and stuff, and no information.
Right. I know. That's exactly what I said. I was like, so what? We got Death Stranding clip in there? No.
Yeah. So it's just like, what the hell? So yeah, I don't know. Like it's an amazing time to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the next question is: does McDonald's come out with the Arch 360, or like you get the Burger King games come out and it's a crown-shaped console next? I don't know.
Yeah, I've always felt that KFC, Burger King, Arby's, even Wendy's to some extent, being the underdogs of, compared to McDonald's, have always lent themselves towards crazier levels of publicity, right? So like the Wendy's Twitter is like just wild.
Yes.
Same thing with Taco Bell. You mentioned earlier that Burger King made the Sneak King games and the cart games, and their commercials are a lot crazier. And same thing with KFC. They're crazy. Their commercials are crazy. They're like trying to be, you're on the Vegas Strip and you're trying to be the brightest light.
Mm-hmm.
I still am impressed that Burger King released games that ran on the 360 and the Xbox right out of the box.
They weren't terrible games either. I mean, they were pretty okay. Like the novelty was there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They're like $1 or $5 at most, I think. I don't remember exactly the number.
Yeah.
Well, you got it from Burger King, didn't you?
Yeah, you could go through the drive-thru and say, "I want these games," and
I think so. I've seen them in like a lot of thrift stores and stuff. They pop up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got my original copies of them.
Yeah, I got
my buddy had them. I never got them.
There were 3 of them. I have Sneak King and I have the Kart Racer, but the Kart Racer, like the mechanics are good, but the courses are
they're too rigid. They're too squared off.
Yeah, they're kind of a bizarre combination of that, and sometimes they're just like Like I remember playing this one where there were just so many multiple paths that some of them just led to nowhere, like something like that. Where it's like it's very hard to tell where you're even supposed to go. Like
That's true. There's nothing that outlines the track well.
no, it's just kind of like a free for all. You go in whatever direction. You hope that you get to the end.
But I love the marketing in there, like give the beef, and like literally on the pamphlet there.
Yeah, like
Give the beef.
it's pretty crazy.
Like I hope the KFC console. This is for you, Colonel. If you release this thing to the general public, it better come with like a month free of KFC or something.
You know what? That would actually, because it probably would be like an expensive console, as we mentioned. So if there were like other incentives,
Yeah, it's like Game Pass, but with chicken.
Chicken Pass.
Chicken Pass.
Chicken Pass, yes.
Pass.
Oh my gosh.
You pay like $20 a month for access to certain Steam games, and you also get a free meal from KFC every month.
Yeah. When is the last time you guys have had KFC?
It was earlier this year. It's like a
Okay.
once annual thing for me.
Okay.
As soon as they get rid of the potato wedges, I stopped going. That's what
Really?
what I liked.
It's probably been a year and a half or 2 years with me. I stopped there with my son pre-COVID, but before that, it's probably been like 10 years. Like a
Every
long
once
time.
in a while, my father-in-law gets a hankering for KFC, and we get it on a Sunday when we visit them.
Okay.
Every once in a while, not very often.
Yeah,
It does-
I lived
it
in
does-
Missouri for a while, so there you get Chick-fil-A, not KFC.
Yeah. There's I recently got Chicken Shack, which was pretty tasty. But like alas, not KFC.
right. Yes, how much? If they sell this thing like widespread, what do you think this is going to cost?
I don't know. Does it come with a cleaning kit for the inevitability of the grease that gets all over it?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's so hard because I can't believe that they're gonna sell this as like an actual thing. It's not just gonna be like a small batch. So I would say $3,000. I mean, if it's not just promo and it's not just for charity stuff, then $3,000. I would say.
I wonder if, because everything's hot swappable, if what they're showcasing here is the premier version, and you can get different tiers down in terms of pricing. Or if they have some pricier thing, but then, like we mentioned, they incentivize it with some sort of KFC membership or something like that. Because again, with the components are very expensive, I'd lean towards $3,000, but it's an impossible price. You can't sell a console for $3,000. You can.
What if it's
sometimes,
a monthly thing?
What do you mean? Like
they sell it like the Xbox Game Pass with the Xbox Series X for like $35 a month. Maybe it's $50 a month.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on what it could do. I mean, I would hedge towards it is $1,000, and they have different versions of it. And if it's more than that, they incentivize it somehow with maybe, like you said, like financing or something to that effect.
Or maybe it's such a marketing stunt. What they're doing is they're going to give away 100 of these a month.
Yeah.
And that'll get people going to KFC thinking, oh, I got 1 in a million chance of getting one of these KFC consoles if I buy a chicken today.
Yeah, that probably actually could be it. And then they'll go back because they'll need chicken for the warmer. So
Yeah.
it all is part of the plan.
So my guess is $2,500 for the base model, and then maybe they scale up to $5,000.
Can you only put KFC chicken in it, or like other things too? Could like warm up like French fries or other things?
I don't think it's discerning what kind of food you have in it, but
well, it's like putting Buffalo Wild Wings in there.
I know.
And it just shuts off like, nope, you failed today.
it can scan for the herbs and spices.
It finds the barcode.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else you guys want to say about this thing?
Not really, other than I'm just insanely curious about it.
I want Spawnwave to do a teardown. We got the KFC console, time for the teardown.
Oh God.
All right. Well, as always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Tony.
And we will see you
On next CHRILLCAST. Oh my gosh, I almost screwed it up.